Hey everyone. So I have been sick for the last 2-3 days. Actually, since Thanksgiving, I was feeling kind of crummy. And I think it's because I went to that convention, the world's greatest speaker, and I was hugging and high-fiving hundreds of people for quite a few days. So I know that it's really common in one's pregnancy at this point. I'm almost 34 weeks to get sick with a little cold. So I did my best to try to beat it. But I wanted to share just how much I've changed my lifestyle and what I've learned about holistic health, what I've learned about alternatives when you do get sick. I've learned so much about maintenance. I've learned so much about pharmaceuticals. It's been a 4.5-year journey, but let me kind of rewind a little bit for you. So I am originally from the East Coast, and I was just raised that you put Neosporin on everything. When you have a headache, you take Tylenol or Aleve. I was raised that when you're sick, you go to the doctor. And when my husband went through his cancer and his treatments, I ended up with mono. So when I moved out to California, I knew that there were so many people that had a completely different perspective on healthcare and living a healthy lifestyle. It's why I love being on the West Coast so much. People actually give a shit about their health here, and I feel like I just really struggled with that on the East Coast, even personally, because I didn't know any better. It was what everyone else did around me. People pop prescriptions, and I'm not here to hate on prescriptions, but I do know that it's just a different perspective than the environment that I was raised in. So, and nothing against my mom and dad, it was just like, that's all we knew. So, I want to talk to you guys about, I have a couple notes here, and I'm like trying to figure out where I want to start. So, my goal is to actually stay out of doctor's offices, stay out of hospitals, and stay out of the pharmacy, because that's where sick people go. And like I said, when my husband was going through cancer treatments, I contracted mono or whatever from being in the center with him. I know it because I was sick as a dog. And mono is one of those things where traditional medicine, they're going to tell you rest, drink fluids, and there's nothing that they can give you. And I was sick for months and months. And I was so hell-bent on figuring out what I could do to feel better because I was so miserable. So that's when I started to learn more and advocate for myself in terms of nursing my body from the inside out. And that's what I think my biggest passion is in the health and wellness world, is to stop being so reactive. So I've been sick this week. I contracted a little like cold or sinus thing. And most times we want to take medicine for that. My focus when I get sick is nursing my immune system back to being strong. So my perspective is a little bit different. So anytime that I feel the onset of something coming on, and I'm going to share some of the stuff that I use with you guys, but I also just really kind of want to set the tone for where your head has to be when you feel sick. Now, my sister's a doctor. My husband has been through chemo treatments. I'm about to have a baby. I'm a very strong believer in interventions when you need them. But again, I was raised when you have a cold, when something is wrong, you go to the doctor and they fix it. And there's so many things in my life, maybe you guys can relate to me, that I've gone to the doctor and what they gave me either knocked me out. There was either like a pain pill or a steroid, and like I feel like it just covered up the problem, sometimes fixed me. Like I'll never take a Z-Pack. I'll never get the flu shot. I'll never do any of that because my goal is to have my body in healthy, thriving, working order so that if I do get sick, like I just busted this sinus cold, almost 34 weeks pregnant in like 3 days. And it was really nasty. So, let me kind of get to the point. I want you guys to focus on maintenance and building up your immune system and being healthy so that you, one, can kick the colds if you do get them faster, and number two, you won't get them as often. So don't just think that, oh, I got sick, shit, now I'm going to go take something. That's not really how it works. So this past week when I was sick, one of my friends told me, I don't know, like my brain, you know, when you're just so sick and miserable, my brain wasn't really thinking about what I could do. And it was Thanksgiving, everything was closed. I couldn't even go to the store. And so she told me about the lymphatic drainage, which if you don't know, when you have like sinus pressure, you know, when you're so sick and it's just all here, you can actually massage your face. And there's tons of videos on YouTube. But I forgot about this jade roller that I had. So in pregnancy, a lot of women get headaches and migraines. And this jade roller, oh, even right now, it feels amazing. This will break up all the pressure in your sinuses. When I say that I almost instantly could breathe better when I started using this, I was blown away. I was like, why didn't I do that 2 days ago? So if you're sick with sinus or headaches, $20 jade roller, I keep it in my fridge and I just roll on all the pressure points. I massaged my face here, even my jaw, and I almost immediately could breathe that night when I went to bed. I don't take any cold medication, NyQuil, Dayquil. That shit is so bad for you. It's like, I know a lot of people like use it, but imagine if you could use something that wasn't actually putting crap in your body that's still going to help you. So if you ever go to Whole Foods or just a natural food store, you'll see these little tubes and they have like a whole section of them. And the company is Boiron, Boiron. And I've used a lot of their things before. For example, when you have the flu and there's nothing you can do, they have a product called Oxalinium, and it actually helps with the flu and body aches, and it's homeopathic, so I can take this when I'm pregnant, which is awesome. So there's like this cool little pull down chart, and so you kind of look at what your ailment is. Like for me, I had the sinus pain and pressure, and I was all stuffed up, so a cold basically. And so I found this, and I don't even need to really tell you the name of it because there's like 100 of them when you go to the store. And so you'll look at the chart of what you need and it will tell you. And all it is these little tiny pebbles. You can hear them. And I take 5 little pebbles a day every 3 hours for 3 days. I was using my jade roller and I was using elderberry. So this one in particular, elderberry, is made in Lake Tahoe, and because I live here, it has the same environmental benefits of my environment where I live. Some people say don't take elderberry syrup because there's sugar. Like, I'm sick. I'm not worried about freaking cane sugar right now. And I like that she uses cane sugar in this one. So you can take elderberry supplements, there's chews, there's drinks, there's tons, there's a huge market for elderberry. So these are the 3 things that I used to bust my sinus infection this week. I didn't take any Dayquil, I didn't take any Sudafed, and I felt amazing immediately. But seriously, the lymphatic drainage with this roller was a lifesaver. When I first started feeling sick, you can take up to 6,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C. And so and even pregnant. And so I was taking tons of vitamin C, and I know that's why I got better faster. Another company that I absolutely love is Host Defense, and it's a mushroom-based company. So this one says energy support, but that's because I took all the ones that said immunity support. But this company is amazing. Mushrooms are powerful. So I never used to know about this stuff, and it sounds so hippie and it sounds so crunchy granola. But after you watch your husband go through, treatments, and after you go through a monodiagnosis and no one could help you, you feel helpless. And I got mad. I was so pissed that the doctor wasn't even willing to help me. And so I went and found my own freaking help. I'm a huge advocate of Chinese medicine and herbs. Other immune boosting things that I take, this is my favorite probiotic. So again, if you are looking to change your lifestyle and not just take a pill when you're sick, but to create strength in your freaking immune system, and everything starts in your gut. So if you're eating like shit, your immune system probably is shit. So I love probiotics, and I kind of go overboard on my probiotics. I drink Shakeology. It has probiotics in it, but being pregnant and focusing on my health, like I had to nurse myself back to health. This is the probiotic I liked, Prescript Assist, and I liked it because it didn't need to be refrigerated, so I can travel with it, and it smells like chocolate. I struggle to take pills. And so the smell of this one didn't bother me. Sometimes, pills and supplements can be gross. Immunity support, another mushroom supplement. This one is particular to my Chinese medicine doctor. I just think it's in her office. I don't even know if you can actually buy this online. But it's just mushrooms. So it has ashwagandha, shiitake, reishi, and another Chinese medicine. I'm not going to try to pronounce the Chinese medicine herbs in here. But I was taking 2 of these a day to boost my immune system. And I love that I don't have to worry about most of this. I always ask my midwife when I'm pregnant if I can take it. So your goal is to stay out of the freaking doctor's office. That's where sick people go. Stay out of the freaking hospital. Stay out of the pharmacies. There's so many germs. Build up your immune system so that if you do come across something, because shit happens, I got sick. I always do my best to control my health, but I don't want you guys to be... What I loved about my sinus infection this time is that, I don't even know if it was an infection, but a sinus cold, is that I nixed it in like 1, 2, 3 days, where it doesn't have to be this big drawn out thing, and it didn't spread to my lungs. It didn't spread to a fever. It didn't spread to a cough. And so catch it, okay? And so your options, if you have no idea where to start, I genuinely suggest going to find a Chinese medicine doctor who, if you have anxiety, if you have high stress levels, whatever your, I hate the word ailments, but whatever your ailments may be, they're going to sit there for an hour with you. And they're not just going to jam prescriptions down your throat, which I love. They're really going to work with you. You're going to be taking a ton of supplements. In your first 2 weeks, you're going to be taking some crazy amount of supplements because they want to help you flush your body. They want to help you remove the toxins. And for me to get to my prime state of happy and healthy living, that's where I started, and I was like rock bottom. So even though I've changed my life through health and fitness, you guys know I love Beachbody products and programs. When I got sick, I had to find something else. So, hi Carolyn, good to see you on here. Leah, yes, I can post photos in the comments, but I always tell everyone, your situation will be different. Let me say another thing too. If you decide to go the Chinese medicine route, don't go to an acupuncture clinic. They are just going to acupuncture you and that's it. And you're probably like, because I actually picked my health insurance because I'm self-employed based on what would be the cheapest rate for me to get acupuncture. And so it's $25 a visit for me, where I was paying $130 a visit for my old acupuncture before my insurance covered it. So I hope your insurance covers it. I know sometimes they cover chiropractic, sometimes they only cover acupuncture. But you don't want to go to a clinic because it's not just about, oh, I hurt my knee or, oh, I have a headache, stick needles in me. You want a doctor who also specializes in herbs and helping you rebuild your body's system. And you will be able to just crush life so much bigger and better. So when I was overwhelmed, I didn't know where to start. I am not knowledgeable. Like, guys, there were things that I would go in there with. When I had mono, I went home for my friend's wedding. I stood on top of a mountain in freezing cold, raining weather. Guess who got sick? Me, because I wasn't back to health yet. And when I went home to her, I was so sick, I couldn't even lay on the table for her to give me acupuncture because if I laid down, I felt like I was suffocating. So she told me the craziest things. Like, I'm just going to sit here and share with you guys because I crack up at this. You're going to be like, what a freak. So you cut a yellow onion in half and you wrap it in a damp paper towel and you put it in the microwave for a minute. And then you hold the onions over your ears, not on them, you don't want to burn yourself, but just over your ears so that you feel the heat. And the onion is going to pull out the toxins. And oh, holy shit, I felt so much better. I mean, putting heat on your ears anyway when you're sick feels amazing, but I couldn't believe how much it helped me drain my sinuses. And so it's shit like that. Like, if I ever went to a doctor, they would never be like, cut an onion and put it in a microwave and put it near your ears. I was just like, is this serious? And it's just the funny little tricks. If you guys have an ear infection, you can make garlic eardrops. You don't have to go and get steroids. Like, isn't this freaking blowing your mind? So it's going to take you years to figure it all out and you'll learn little by little. But isn't that crazy, Carolyn? I'm a huge advocate of alternative holistic living because I don't want to go into the doctor's office. And I love that I feel like I have a little fix in my kitchen for the things that I need. At first, it kind of felt expensive, again, because I was investing my time and money consistently to go to the acupuncturist, Chinese medicine, these herbs and things, but now I have a base of what I need, and I'm not really buying much at all. So, if you ever have any questions, you guys can let me know. Leah, I know that you wanted me to post some stuff below. Let me know specifically what you wanted to learn about, and I hope you all have an awesome Monday. I'll see you later.